Hello, I'm Ksenia and I'm talking about books with an accent. And today in April I want to tell you about The Fortnight in September by Robert Cedric Sherriff. This is not a new book and I think this is not a very well-known book even for English-speaking readers, but this is a very right choice for those who want to read about good moments in the lives of ordinary people. This is a book for people who want to read about the good and simple old days, and this is the book for readers who want to feel the atmosphere of an old-fashioned vacation at sea. But readers who need an exciting plot will have to pass by. There are few events in this book. For example, this novel has 33 chapters, and for 5 out of 33, the characters are simply traveling on a train, and nothing special happens here. So, the book was written in 1931, and this novel tells us about special 2 weeks in the life of the average British family of that time. Mr. Stevens, an office clerk, Mrs. Stevens, a housewife, and their 3 children are going on holiday to the seaside town of Bagnor Regis. For 20 years in a row, the Stevenses have been going to the same place, to the same guest house, Sea View. And by the way, it was called Sea View because from the lavatory window you could see the top of a lamp post on the beachfront. So it is a rundown guest house, to be honest. But firstly, the Stevenses are far from rich. And secondly, they are sentimental. They visited Bagnor for the first time on their honeymoon. And thirdly, they feel that they bear some kind of responsibility to their landlady. And, oh yes, in general, a strong, loving family is going on vacation to the sea. So, where is the conflict? Surely something has to go wrong. No, everything will be fine, and the most serious problem that arose before the heroes looked like this. Should they rent a small bathing hut or a large one? And the most frightening event for Mrs. Stevens, for example, was changing from one train to another at the railway station. And the most troubling moment for Mary, and Mary is 20 years old and she is the eldest Stevens child, so the trouble is how to tell her parents that she will go out with her new friend in the evening and she will return by 10 o'clock in that evening. She will return home. Okay, so we have a portrait of a bygone era and characters that disappeared along with it. But you shouldn't treat that characters condescendingly, because they have a great talent. noticing small things and enjoying them. So they will take a lot of pleasant moments from this vacation, and they will remember them for a long time. And yes, the novel is a source of small details that allow us to understand how the world has changed. About the characters, about the heroes. So they tell you in details about a concert of a military band, and a military band plays better than a civilian band. And they tell you about a wonderful gingerbread that quenches your thirst so well at the heat. And they even tell you about Mrs. Stevens' favorite pastime. It's the evening when she sits alone in the living room with a glass of port. Okay, so about details. Yes, the world has changed a lot, and I spent the half of book under the impression that they have only one suitcase for 5 persons and 2 weeks. But later I found a mention that the younger Stevenses have their own carry-on luggage, and I calmed down. So about details, we have enough details to imagine the Bagnor Regis resort over 40s, to imagine the railway station, the railway over time, to imagine the small house of heroes on Karana Road, their life, very simple walk, guest house view, certainly. And one more moment. The characters turned out to be surprisingly alive. They are not outstanding, they are not bright, no, they are ordinary, but you see them as if in reality. Yes, it's true. But the writer doesn't exploit, I forgot the word, so doesn't exaggerate them. So he simply describes well-bred, reserved British people who both know and don't know each other precisely of that very restraint. And I found this a very lifelike and a slightly sad situation that the Stevenses, they spent every year they spend their vacation every year at the seaside, and they don't even realize that Mrs. Stevens doesn't like the sea, and she's afraid of the sea. So it's quite sad, I think. And let me summarize. I think you will find something to think about in this book, something to smile about, and something to enjoy. I promise you. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching my video, and see you soon. Bye.